Hi, Misha here. And how is your summer going? With not a whole lot new coming in by import, and honestly domestic manufacturers barely keeping up with demand on current models. Hi, Hobo. And Hobo's out here. Yeah. Anyway, I just kind of have been looking for parts kits to build. Pretty good products for the store and whatnot. And I had a couple of Sten kits come in. Actually, I had 3 so far. 1 Mark II and 2 Mark IIIs. And honestly, in a lot of ways, for some bizarre reason, the Mark III is kind of my favorite. So I thought we'd look at the kits, because one is saw cut and one is torch cut, so a little different styling. But first we'd look at my build, my carbine I've had for a while. This was done back by MK Gun Mods several years ago, about 10 years ago I guess. And I don't know, just kind of always liked this version. The Mark III first appeared in spring of 1942. These are primarily built by Lines Brothers in the UK. Also some are built in Canada. Interestingly, Lines Brothers was a tin and die-cast toy maker before the war. And the Mark III is really the most simplified version. Most everything is stamped sheet metal, including the receiver. That's why it has the rib on the top. That's where the 2 pieces folded over together. About the only machined parts were the trunnions, front and rear, and of course the barrel and bolt would be machined. But everything else was pretty well stamped steel. While you could find some Mark IIIs with the loop stock. Hello, Hobo. She's still rubbing me. Yes, Hobo. Most of them had the T-stock. Excuse me. And one variation. Some of these stocks would have a little sling swivel for a little 1-inch sling in the back. And that corresponded with a little 1-inch sling swivel in the front here. Another thing they did with the Mark III, they put a little finger guard here so you didn't walk too far back. You have fixed sights, front blade, rear peep. And originally it had a 7.8-inch barrel. This is a carbine, so it has an extension on it, but normally it would end about there. You'll see that in a minute. And unlike the Mark II and Mark V, it has a fixed, non-rotating mag well, which actually made the Mark III more reliable, because the mags were a lot of the problems. The single feed, double stack single feed mags were part of the Sten's issues. But yeah, Lines Brothers and a little few more in Canada, they built over 900,000 of these during the middle of the war. And honestly, whereas the Mark II was built for paratroopers and to be compact with the folding magwell and the easily removed barrel, the Mark III was built more for ground troops because it has a fixed barrel, fixed magwell, and it's really based more on the Mark I than anything else. It's just a highly simplified Mark I made for super mass production. This was the cheapest Sten. So what about the semi-auto conversion process? Well, actually, I kind of met MK Gun Mods because of Sten guns years ago. And that's because the semi-auto Sten is very easy to do as far as these things go. This is a striker fired. You can do a hammered fired, but the nice thing about the striker, you don't really have to change much up in the trigger group. You just pin it to semi only with the selector, and that way when you pull the trigger, your striker goes forward, hits your bolt, bada boom. This also has the J-hook to work as a safety. You can cock the bolt back and hang it on that like an original. Because it is a semi-auto, the J-hook does have to be moved forward a little bit. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Of course, you can build these as a pistol, or as a carbine, or as an SBR. Your choice. But it uses pretty much all original parts. stock. The receiver tube is US made, but it does use the original magwell here. And it has the simple one-piece receiver and barrel shroud. That's a Mark III thing. Would have been a Mark I thing too, but we don't ever get Mark I kits. And yeah, it's pretty good. Firing 9x19, of course, parabellum. And these kits for a long time have been quite inexpensive, which is always a good thing. So a good first project if you want to get into subgun conversions before trying something a little more fancy and what have you. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to it. And it's as reliable as any Sten, either full auto or semi, frankly. I first really wanted a custom built Sten because I had a Catco, but it used the reduced diameter tube, which made it heavy, and it was never really that reliable, and it didn't have nearly all the original features. And what's nice about these builds, you don't want to do them too nice. Leaving some exposed welds and not always perfectly crushed rivets actually is more authentic than if you just made it perfectly, because these things were rushed out by relatively unskilled labor, at least their final assembly was. And so, yeah, if you have some welding blobs or kind of wonky rivets, hey, it just makes it that much more original, right? So, yeah, with that, why don't we take a look at a couple of different styles of demilling on the parts kit, and then kind of talk about plans for the future. Gotta love side magazines, right? So apologies for the white table, but I didn't want to put this on the blanket because it is oily and dirty. Here is the torch cut kit. Pretty common, which you get today, except this one still has its original barrel. You can see it here. It just barely sticks out of the front area. The front trunnion is still installed. Oh my god, I'm pointing a barrel at you. I'm glad the safety Nazis have knocked it down a bit on YouTube, but good grief. Here's our rear trunnion. This is riveted in and goes over the chamber area to hold it stable in the back. Up here is our magwell section. Kind of slagged a bit, so I'll just trim this piece off and start over. Here's our top, or well, I guess bottom cover or dust cover for our trigger pack here. This is, of course, still the original group selector. That was nominally for semi or full auto, but sometimes they didn't work. Our sear is here. Where you? So yeah, we'll keep the sear for the striker, just modifying it to be semi. Kind of the same goes for our bolt. There's several different bolt handle variations. This is kind of the wide one. On the military gun, you would push the bolt in as kind of a ersatz safety. On the semi-auto, you really can't do that, not without some pretty major mods because of needing a firing pin running through there. Here's our recoil spring. I actually won't use this in the semi-auto build, so because we need two springs, one for the striker, one for the bolt. Here's our standard T-stock. This one does not have the sling swivel. That's okay. It's our end cap. And yeah, that's pretty much a Sten for you. There's not a lot to it. Let's see. Does this one have the bottom sling swivel on the front? Nope. So that's the torch kit, kind of showing you what you have. So you'll have to demill the barrel, well, really the trunnions out of the old receiver stubs, and take the mag well off and the whatnot. So you'll have to do some rivet and weld breaking, and then populate it on a new tube. Just not a fan of the a lot of the US tubes, especially the quote-unquote 80% ones that come with the little template, the stick-on template. They tend to be very heavy, extra thick, machined metal. Instead of doing the reduced diameter tube, much more of a fan of doing more of a blocking bar, kind of like what was done with the Sterling in the 80s, and of course the Uzi. That way you can keep the original lighter receiver and just more original functionality. Well, let's check out the other kit. So yeah, this is an old school saw cut kit versus torch, which they made them start going to. Still a Mark III, although slightly different styling. Still has the barrel. It's got more of the front now, and you can see the barrel still all nice and up in there and all of that good stuff. This one does have the sling swivel, and then the mag well here is much cleaner. So yeah, so they cut it right in front there. These two pieces actually line up quite nicely. Hoping it'll be possible just to kind of weld them back together. What's neat here is you can see the seam internally. And then for some reason the previous person who had this already took the guts out of the lower. It's back here. They cut it in front of the sight. So I have to make, even if we're able to use and weld this, we'll need to make a rear repair section. Not a big deal. Here's the guts in a bag. And this has the stock with the sling swivel. And this bolt has the kind of more delicate cocking handle, a little more ornate. And again, yeah, the bolt will have to be modified to be a striker. This one actually should build up into a pretty nice gun, hopefully. Saw cut kits are always preferred, but they haven't let them do that in 20 some odd years, so there you have it. Yeah, I just always kind of had a soft spot in my heart for the Mark III, and even today Sten kits aren't expensive. The ones you find now don't have the barrel, but you can find US made Sten barrels or even original barrels pretty inexpensively at places like Numeric. It's always nice when they have it though. So another little summer project. Why not? You know, years back, Wiselight, who produced the Sterlings from kits, was going to do a Mark III Star, the suppressed, or a Mark III's, the suppressed version, but it never got off the ground, unfortunately. So there really hasn't been a lot of US manufacturers that mass produce these. There was Catco that made some, and Valkyrie Arms made some. But the examples from those I've seen have almost always been Mark II's, which is more of the iconic Sten for sure. And some people like the Mark V's with its wood stock and grip for, you know, aesthetic reasons. They're a little nicer. But I think the Mark III really just embodies the spirit of the Sten. Cheap, fast, And when it works, it gave a soldier a heck of a lot of firepower, at least, better than a bolt action. And Germany used these as well. When they captured Mark IIIs, they adopted them as the MK./750E. And they even made their own version, known as the Mauser MP.3008. So obviously the Germans were pretty impressed with it. And to be fair, the magazine system from this was borrowed directly from the MP.28 Bergmann, because Britain made an unlicensed copy known as the... yeah, so that's another story. But we've done videos on more of the history, so if you're interested in that, check out the playlist. It'll be in there. And once we get these running, I'm sure we'll do a little update video showing them at the range. Why not? With that, I'll let you go. Please feel free to comment, and if you could, like, share, subscribe, and if you'd like to help support the channel, please check out the link to our Patreon page. And hey, if you've done a Sten build, we'd love to hear your experiences, good or bad. This is Misha, and we'll catch you very soon next time.